Remember your Professor Don Jones,
Okay.
and you're gonna have a meeting, a quick meeting with the headmaster at Jades Wizard School. How you doing this morning, Professor Don Jones?
Good.
Well, I let my students know that there was going to be a new professor yesterday when I talked to them, when I was giving them a review on how they're doing. And I'm sure Professor Brittany sent you an email of what needs to be done here at the school, at this magic school.
Yes.
And even professors gets a really high magic wand like this. When you're done using it, you fold it down like this. And if you look on the table, there's a spell book and your itinerary for your class. I don't have your classroom all set up quite yet, but in a few days I'll have it all ready to go for you. And I have over 700 students, and they're all good students. And and you used to do some farming before you came to my wizard school. What is a farmer taking up magic for?
To let everybody know what a farmer is.
And I already know what everybody's ability is. And I do have a class for my teachers so they can become better social wizards as well. But as a headmaster, I already know all the tricks of all the witchcraft and wizardry here at my magic school. So
Okay.
you're gonna find my students very well behaved.
Good.
Very well behaved, and I'm glad to have you at my school.
I'm glad to be there.
So we'll shake hands and welcome to the school, and I want full reports on each student that you have in your class and give me their reviews on what spells they learned and what spells they need to work on. Because I told them that there's always room for improvement. Even as a headmaster, there was even spells that I have not cast for so long I have trouble with. And then I have to have the one that showed me, which was Merlin. And Dumbledore showed me how to redo it. And it's not easy being a professor of a school or a headmaster that's a principal of the school. And the mystery of magic, the one that owns the school, will be glad to meet you a little bit later. And he'll give you some extra stuff that I can't give you.
Okay.
So, welcome aboard. I'm glad to have you. You're dismissed.
Thank you. I'm gonna let him go in here.
I'm gonna talk to my students. Hey, but let me get that for you. I'm gonna give my students an update. That was the new professor that you just met, you guys. His name is Professor Don Jones. And I want you to be on your best behavior, which I know you will. And remember, you guys are awesome. You're amazing. You're Simon, like I told you yesterday, you're my finest students here at my magic school. And I mean that. So, well, today is Sunday, and a little bit later, I want you guys down at my church. I want you guys down at my church for a church session. But for right now, I want you to go, and in a little bit, I want you to go with Brittany and learn some more of conjuring spells. Brittany just gave me a full report from each one of you with all the spells that you learned how to conjure yesterday. And I am very proud of each and every one of you for listening to her. Not only just as your professor teacher and as your mentor and tutor person. And you probably know by now and have by now that I talked to the Mystery of Magic yesterday, the Mystery of Magic Tom, and he agreed to give you some of your upgrades, which you have with you, I see. So, and I hope you're happy with them. You can take that to class this week and use it. Me and the Mystery of Magic, Tom, has been friends for many, many years. And his daughter, Emily Glad, has came to see you yesterday as well. And I see some new students that Emily brought you yesterday. And I'm also amazed to hear that you're also doing good as well. So, you need to keep up the good work. Keep learning those spells as you can, because I know you can conquer any spell if you put your mind to it. You can accomplish anything with magic if you put your mind to it. I'm one of the greatest sorcerer wizards there is, besides Professor Dumbledore, Merlin, Gandalf, and many much more. You guys can be the next generation of being the greatest, like I said yesterday. So, I'm not going to keep you very long. I just want to take 5 to 6 more minutes of your time and just say that you guys are doing good. You're learning everything that you're here to do. You're doing everything that my magic school represents, and I appreciate each and one of you. You guys are awesome. So just remember, Professor Don is going to start his class on Tuesday. That's when his class will be there. He's the new Dark of the Arts teacher. He teaches the Dark Arts class. He teaches the Dark Arts. That means if you're in a very dark situation with your enemy, which is a villain, an evil villain, he'll teach you some techniques of defeating your component, which is the enemy. Because he's the dark and the arts teacher. He teaches the dark arts. He teaches the dark and defense class. He's a defense dark teacher. That means he teaches things to defeat your worst enemy. What you can throw at the enemy to make him fall. So, because like I said, good always wins and evil always loses. Just remember, learn as much as you can of different kinds of sorcery, because there are over 5 million different kinds of sorcery magic to be a sorcerer wizard or witch, because I do have some witches in here. And as a headmaster of this school, actually, me and Tom own this school together. We're partners. We're owner partners. We're partners. We own it equally. We own this school equally. We both had that idea together to open up a magic school, and we did. Because there's a lot of you that needs to know what spells to use and what spells not to use, what potions to use and what potions not to use. And a lot of you need to learn the defense of the dark skills so you can go up against your worst enemy. And you're going to need to learn as much as possible. And there are over 30 spell books that you can use, normal potions, to overcome your component, which is the enemy. And I just wanted you guys to come in here and meet the new professor, because I told you yesterday that once the new professor comes, you're gonna meet it. And I'm really proud of you guys that you're well behaved. So I'm glad that you are doing good. Now, in a little bit, actually, I'm not going to be the pastor that's going to be teaching the church this Sunday, because I'm going to be here at my magic school teaching people how to learn their magic. But you guys are going to be going to church. There's Pastor Anna. Pastor Anna is going to be the pastor that's going to give you your church service. And she's the Sunday pastor that does Sunday church service at my church. Because I'm too busy here at my magic school. And as a headmaster, I don't have a whole lot of time to do anything else but be a headmaster of this magic school. So, and Pastor Anna just told me that church will be in 3 hours. 3 hours. But I know you guys already ate your breakfast, you got ready, so you got 3 hours of quality time to do whatever you want to do. And it's only an hour, she told me. And then when you come back, you can have the rest of your day to do whatever you want, because it's Sunday. And then tomorrow, I want you to have a good start of your week in class. I want you to give a warm welcome to your new professor, which is Don Jones. So, Professor Brittany, I want you to be a mentor of the new professor, Don Jones. I want you to help him whatever he needs help with. I want you to be a good friend to him and help him, because you told me that you would help the new professor and stuff like that. Because you helped a lot of my professors that came to my school, and you're good at it. Mystery of Magic, I let the new professor know that at our school that you're gonna give him some stuff that you have for him, and he said that you can stop at his office anytime, not his classroom, but his office anytime, and you guys can talk. So he's expecting you, just to let you know. And Wednesday we'll have our lunch together, Mystery Magic. I'm not sure where your daughter finds these good students, but wherever she finds them, I am really pleased and happy with each and every one of the students that she has ever brought me at our school. And you were right, she is the best at what she does, and we're the best at what we do. Um, the charmed ones came to me. Remember, you remember the charmed ones? Phoebe, Piper, and Prue, and then Paige, and then the white later, Leo. Well, Ivy Lane time. That means they're back at being back in their 20s. They're back being 20s. And then they have immortality. That means they're immortal. That means they can't die from anything. They can't age. They're the kind of witches that can't age. They get to live forever. All of them. So, I was just talking to Piper on the phone before I came in here and introduced the new professor. Even the charmed ones are going to come back teaching at our school. And you told me, Tom, that you want the charmed ones to come back. You know how many grandchildren they have? They have 15 grandchildren that are grown up, and they're going to come and teach at our school. So we're going to have a lot of teachers. And another thing, Tom, we just opened up 10 brand new locations of the magic school. That means our magic school expanded a lot, and it's going to continue to expand. That means we're going to have a bunch of magic schools. So, and fill them up with students and teachers, and just keep them coming. And because we're going to go far with this, we're going to make generations of the future of the wizards. You and I had this talk long ago, before we even started this, and it was a really good idea. And I've been a headmaster of this school for 35 years. Because this school those other ones has been open not as long. But this is the very first one. I just got rebuilt and better. And anyhow, they even Piper also said that she's got friends that are witchcraft, that are just as good, and stuff like that. That they're gonna come, all of them are gonna come here. So we're never gonna have a shortage of people, because we're always gonna have enough people to teach our students. So it's good. Well, you guys are dismissed. I'm gonna go have a coffee break and some food. Because even headmasters like me get hungry. Yeah, I just woke up not too long ago. You know what I mean? So, You guys are dismissed to go do what you want. I want you in my class tomorrow evening at 6 o'clock. But for today, after church, you can do what you want. And I'll talk to you guys later. I just gotta go back to my office and get some paperwork done. Because as a headmaster, there's a lot of paperwork. If you know what I mean. There's a lot of paperwork. So, that means I'm gonna talk to Dusty Duncan. Dusty Duncan, one of the greatest villains of all times. I had a funny feeling that you were going to go down this road. But I told you a while back that you have to make your own decisions. But I told you that if you're going to choose to become one of the greatest villains of all times, you're going to have to live by it. And as a headmaster of my magic school, it's my job to expel you from my school. That means you're no longer welcome to my school because you turned to the dark side, Dusty Duncan. You teamed up with some of the world's greatest evil villains, and that's not good. So, and I told you long ago to quit using your invincible cloak abilities. I know you're invincible right now, and that's fine. But I also know that you're here, and I want you to just listen to what I have to say, Dusty Duncan. Now, you do not want to challenge me, Dusty Duncan. You may be using your invincible abilities, but that does not make you better than good. I couldn't tell you the reason why you chose to turn to the dark side, but I am going to let you know that you're not welcome at my magic school anymore since you turned to the dark side. So, you're not welcome. So, now you're gonna have to live by the choice you made. That's a shame, Duncan. Dusty Duncan. Now, it's been 3 years since you've been on the dark side, and you became the leader of this whole operation. You've been trying to take down my my school. You've been targeting my students because my students has always came to me with an injury. And what the hell, Dusty? Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth, Dusty. I am very disappointed in you. I'm not your headmaster anymore because you don't go to my magic school anymore. It's been 3 years since you chose to go down the wrong path, Dusty. Dusty Duncan. But I told you long ago when you used to go to my school, when I was your headmaster, I told you have to make the choice yourself. You can choose the good side or you can choose the evil side. And you chose the evil side, and now you're gonna have to live by it. And I told you to quit using your invincible spell and your invincible clothes. And quit making yourself invincible and make yourself known in class. I kept getting phone calls from all the professors at my school that you kept on being bad. And now because of that, you are one of the greatest villains in this generation within the last 3 years. You, I'm really disappointed in you. And now, because of that, we are enemies. And I'll do everything to make sure you don't harm my students or my professors or anybody else. So I know you're invincible for now, but eventually you're gonna make yourself known. And you do not want to pick a match with me, Dusty Duncan, because you're not that powerful. You're not that powerful. You're weak. Evil is a sign of weakness. Evil is not a power. You know what a true power is, Duncan? Dusty Duncan? I'm going to tell you. Being on the good side is a true power. Being there for one another is a true power. You hurt people. You hurt people. You know how many wizards and civilians that you already attacked and killed within the 3 years of you being the greatest villain of all times in this generation? You killed over 6,000 people. And it's ridiculous. I have not been your headmaster for 3 years, and you do not want to test me. Because I am the greatest sorcerer wizard of all times. I am the greatest headmaster of all times. You cannot beat me. You tried that road with me before, Duncan, and you lost. So what makes you think you're going to beat me now? You're not going to be. So do yourself a favor and surrender while you still can. Because if you don't, I'm going to bring down you and your army. And that's a promise I'm going to keep. I will bring down your army. Like I said, you can stay invincible right now. I don't care. I'm glad you're invincible right now. I just want you to listen to what I have to say. I'm very disappointed in you, Duncan. The first year you came to my magic school, you did good. And then all of a sudden, things changed in you. And I never understood the reason why you went down this road. But I told you, the choice is all on you. And you chose to be on the dark side. And there's no going back. And once you're on the dark side and kill over 6,000 people, and that includes wizards, witches. I'm really disappointed in you. And I know what you and your army's planning to do next. And I'm going to show you it's not going to work. So do me yourself a favor, and like I said before, Dusty Duncan, the only option you have is to surrender. Because you don't have the power to defeat me. I'm the greatest and the powerful and the magicest sorcerer wizard of all times. And I'm also the greatest sorcerer wizard of all times. That's why I am the headmaster at my own school, because of how powerful I am. Because I choose good over evil. I'm sure your parents is not proud of you at all. In fact, I know your parents isn't proud of you. Because they came to me the other day and said, They're not proud of the choices you made for yourself. But they also agree with me that you have to make your own choices and decisions. And you chose the dark side. You chose the wrong side, Dusty Duncan. If you continue to decimate me, and continue to test my buttons, it's not going to end well for you. And I will assure you that. And you can let your army know it's not going to end well. The next time you want to challenge me to a duel, be prepared to lose, Dusty Duncan. Because 3 years ago you tried that 3 times and you lost against me. So what makes you think 3 years later it's going to be anything different? It's not. Now, get out of my face before I vanquish you right here and right now. Now, get out. And if I ever hear that you're terrorizing people and my wizards, me and my army will come after you. And we will vanquish each and one of you. And we're going to put this evilness to a stop. I don't tolerate evil. I only tolerate good. Good is better than evil. Just remember that. Now, as a headmaster, I'm telling you to get out before I throw you out. Now, get. I said what I had to say, and now I'm done. Consider this your warning, because next time, it's not going to be. Consider yourself warned.